Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
New for you at noon, a California man is jailed in Stearns County after a traffic stop led to the discovery of nearly 100 pounds of marijuana. Thank you for joining us. I'm Abby Furchner. Jordan Schreier has the day off. 56-year-old Guy Raymond Gabot of Phelan, California, was pulled over after failing to come to a complete stop at a stop sign in the city of Waite Park. An officer approached his vehicle and immediately smelled an overwhelming odor of marijuana. Gabot was arrested on an active felony warrant, and a search of his vehicle yielded 91-pound bags of marijuana, which is about 41 kilos. Gabot is now charged with second-degree possession of 25 kilos of marijuana. If found guilty, he should be sentenced into 25 years in prison. 3 vehicles were destroyed, and a detached garage is a total loss after a fire in Minnesota. According to a release from the Stearns County Sheriff's Office, the garage caught fire on Sunday morning. When deputies arrived on the scene, the building was fully engulfed and loud popping and small explosion sounds could be heard. The garage contained 2 motor vehicles and a side-by-side recreational vehicle. The building, as well as its contents, are believed to be a total loss, and damage is estimated at around $250,000. Nobody was injured in the fire, and the cause of the blaze is still under investigation. It's 12:02, taking a live look outside now. There may be snow on the ground, but at least that sun is shining. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
That sun plus temperatures climbing above freezing today will hopefully help to melt some of the snow, at least in those places like parking lots, as asphalt covered surfaces tend to heat up a little bit more. And that's where we're going to see some slushy conditions this afternoon on the roads and parking lots and perhaps your driveways as well. We're looking at temperatures right now, 31 degrees in Fargo. It's 32 in Grand Forks. Several of us have warmed up to the freezing mark. Oaks, Gwinner, and over in Detroit Lakes, and even Sisseton's at 35 already. The wind is out of the west. We'll see the wind speeds continue to increase a little bit. We're into the teens right now. We'll see some gusts getting stronger, that into the 20s through the day. And most of us enjoying a mix of some sunshine and a few clouds. There are a couple more clouds up north dropping in. That's where you see the movement on the map, where the white isn't moving. That's the snowpack that the satellite is seeing. And just one little spot of what looks like a little snow moving into the Pembina Gorge and Walhalla areas here right now. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. And we're going to talk more about what we can expect for the rest of the day today and a look at the rest of the work week too coming up in your forecast.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. Federal investigators say it will take most of the week to study the deadly plane crash near Chamberlain, South Dakota. The NTSB arrived on the scene yesterday and expects to release preliminary findings in about 2 weeks. The single-engine airplane was headed to Idaho Falls, Idaho, when it crashed shortly after departing the Chamberlain Municipal Airport just after noon on Saturday. There was snow on the ground, but it's not clear if weather, pilot error, or plane problems caused the airplane to go down. 9 of the 12 occupants suffered fatal injuries. The 3 survivors were also injured. Fargo police are looking for the driver who they say tried running someone over. It happened last week at the FM Visitor Center after the driver rear-ended the victim's car. Police say the man got out of his car and yelled at the victim, then returned to his car, circled the parking lot, and hit the victim, who was standing outside of their car calling police. The driver is described as a large, bald white man driving a blue or black Ford SUV with North Dakota plates. We should find out later today who UND's next president will be. The North Dakota Higher Ed Board plans to make the announcement at its meeting in Grand Forks. The finalists are Andrew Armacost, Lori Stenberg-Nichols, and David Wiskowski. The 3 finalists were interviewed this morning, and a decision on who will take over is expected this afternoon. It's Travel Tuesday, and if you didn't know, that's okay. It's just in its 2nd year as travel providers try to catch the tailwinds of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Travel Tuesday aims to sling travel deals with the same sort of once-a-year urgency as its more established holiday shopping counterparts. There are good deals out there, but the goal is to get you to buy something you already planned to buy, with hopes you'll buy a few things you didn't want as well. It's also Giving Tuesday, a push by nonprofits to encourage people to donate. President Trump met with French President Emmanuel Macron on the sidelines of the NATO summit in London today, a meeting which quickly turned into a disagreement about the group's future. Kristen Welker reports from London.
So thank you very much.
This morning, President Trump and French President Emmanuel Macron meeting face to face in London.
Had a fairly long relationship and a very good one. And, we were just discussing certain things, and then we're going to have a long conversation afterwards.
It comes just hours after Mr. Trump came out swinging against Macron, one of his key allies in the alliance.
President Macron said NATO is brain dead. I think that's very insulting.
The president slamming Macron after the French leader recently said the global alliance is experiencing the brain death of NATO. Macron made those comments in part as a criticism of President Trump's decision to pull troops out of Syria. The president firing back at Macron today.
It's a tough statement, though, when you make a statement like that. That is a very, very nasty statement to essentially 28, including them, 28 countries.
But President Trump has been sharply critical of NATO himself since taking office, accusing other member countries of failing to pay their fair share in defense spending.
I'm going to tell NATO, you got to start paying your bills. The United States is not going to take care of everything.
Another close alliance under scrutiny, the president's relationship with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. While the two will cross paths this week, they do not have an official one-on-one meeting scheduled yet. President Trump will also meet with the leaders of Germany, Italy, Canada, and Denmark. And later today, he'll attend an event at Buckingham Palace with the Queen and other world leaders. Prince Andrew, who's currently embroiled in that Jeffrey Epstein controversy, won't attend. The president asked about that, and today saying, quote, "I don't know, Prince Andrew." Back to you.
President Trump also announced that next year's G7 summit will be held at Camp David. He had previously announced that the summit would be held at his Florida resort. In our consumer alert this afternoon, Amazon announced another record-breaking holiday shopping weekend. According to Amazon, hundreds of millions of items were sold between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. It was the best ever Black Friday in the company's history, and Cyber Monday 2019 became the single biggest shopping day in Amazon history. According to Adobe Analytics, consumers spent $9.2 billion online Monday, up almost 17% from a year ago. Also, there is a good chance that some of those gifts bought over the weekend will be returned. A new survey from Oracle finds 77% of consumers think they will return at least one of their gifts. Nearly 20% expect to return more than half of their presents, and retailers are taking notice as gift returning has grown. Shoppers are more likely to go to stores that have generous return policies, so the recipient can take back the gift if they choose.